Welcome, everyone, and thank you for being here. So over the next 30 minutes, I'm going to talk about learning data science hands-on. Of course, those of you who thought that we'd actually be doing data science hands-on, 30 minutes is too short of a time. But one of the things that I work with a lot of startups. In fact, Cognitive Class in itself is a startup within IBM. And one of the things that I see is when I go to VC pitchings and see what new startup ideas are coming up with, 90% of them are, I'm going to take X and add AI on top of it. I'm going to take Y, I'm going to add data science on top of it. So that seems to be the business model for a lot of the new startups, which means data science and AI is really hot. And our focus at Cognitive Class is data science and cognitive technologies. Cognitive technologies meaning AI, machine learning, deep learning. So let me give you a little bit of background about what Cognitive Class is. Cognitive Class is a platform that helps you get skilled on data science and on cognitive computing technologies. Our mission is to democratize data science so that anyone can learn it. That you don't have to go to specialized programs to learn it. You can learn it from anywhere you want. So as part of that mission, we provide free courses, online courses, self-paced courses on data science, big data, and cognitive technologies. We were recently renamed to Cognitive Class. Prior to that, for a few years, we were known as Big Data University. So is anyone in here familiar with either taking courses on Cognitive Class or Big Data University? Show of hands. OK, so wow, I didn't realize that we were that popular. OK. And as part of this initiative, we work with a number of partners. We work with academic institutions, and we work with a number of our clients to figure out what their needs and requirements are so that we can incorporate that and get the best skills out to anyone who wants to learn data science. And finally, and I'll talk a little bit more about this a little bit later, is the last bullet that I have here is helping businesses align the employee learning with their objectives. So the reason I say that is if there are a large number of sites out there, companies out there that advertise, you come and take a course with us and we'll guarantee you job placement at somewhere else. But if you are a big bank or an insurance company, you don't necessarily want to send your employees to a company that basically promises them a better job somewhere else. So what we do is have a special offering for these kinds of employers who are looking to have their employees learn, but learn according to what the organization is important for the organization. The skills that the organization is looking for a specific place, that is where we can help. So how do we go about doing this? Is the courses that we provide, they are not vendor specific. They are not necessarily IBM specific courses. We teach technology, concepts related. So if we have a course on Hadoop, for example, what we will do is teach you about Hadoop and not necessarily about the IBM implementation of Hadoop. Yes, as part of it, we might expose you to what IBM does, but by taking the course, you have grounding in the technology, not specifically into our product. We have a huge catalog of courses, specifically in big data, data science, and cognitive technologies. And the format that we follow is there's online courses. You can take them at any time you want, in your suit or in your night suit, at home or at work, or even on your mobile phone. And most important is that as part of a cognitive class, we make sure that what you learn is applied learning, is practical and hands-on learning. Because that is the only way you're going to remember what you saw in a video lecture prior to that stage. So as part of that, we provide a hands-on lab environment, which I'll demonstrate in a minute, that will help you reinforce what you've learned. And at the end of it, once you've successfully completed a course, you get recognition in the form of a certificate, and in some courses, you also get badges. Badges that you can display on your profile, on LinkedIn or Facebook or wherever, so that people can see your accomplishments. So a little bit more about why cognitive class. I talked about a few points here already, but one key thing to notice is that we have amongst one of the highest course completion rates in the industry. We have over 750,000 registered learners, people taking courses on cognitive class and through our partners. And although most of our learning is online, we also sometimes deliver in-person events. We sponsor boot camps and meetups and hackathons. So that's one of the other ways that we interact with our community. And the last point I'll talk a little bit more about shortly. So it's important to know how we build our content. And that's one of the things that we have is we have a team of experts in-house. And we also look at, if we don't have expertise in a specific area in-house, we go and see who is an expert in the area in the industry, and we partner with them to create the content. Once we've created the initial content, we test it. We have meetups regularly. We go to those meetups, we test the content, we get the feedback. If changes need to be made, we incorporate that feedback. We also release beta courses on our website, and based on the feedback we get from the beta courses, we improve them. And once it's all ready, we go ahead and publish the courses. So as far as topics are concerned, what all could you learn about? Well, there are quite a few. So if you go to our website, the website is cognitiveclass.ai. And you'll notice that you don't have to pay anything. All of our courses are completely free. So there are a number of learning paths. Let's look at some of them. We have a new learning path, applied data science with Python, which is coming out very soon. There is deep learning, there is data science fundamentals, big data, Scala programming, Hadoop fundamentals, and the list goes on. Also, you could, for example, if you wanted to see what's inside this Python learning path, there is Python 101, data analysis with Python, and data visualization with Python. So these are 3 separate courses in this learning path. And once this learning path goes live, once you've completed all these three courses in the learning path, not only will you get certificates for each of these courses, at the end you will also get a badge for this learning path, showcasing your accomplishments in completing these courses. Look at our course catalog. Again, it's a vast list. There is data science hands-on with open source tools. We just released, this is a very, very popular called building your own chatbot for your website. Big Data 101, Data Science 101, Hadoop 101, Python 101. So we cover a lot of the beginner stuff, but we also get into things like machine learning with Python, machine learning with R. And let me actually take you into one of these courses. Here's a machine learning with R course. And you'll see the typical structure of our courses is that we follow this methodology that we've tried and tested and has worked very well, and we call it 5-5-5. So typically each course has about 5 modules. Each module has 5 videos, and after the videos there is a lab section. And in the lab section there could be one or more labs to apply the concepts that you've learned by watching the videos previously. So for example, here is a lab on supervised learning classification using Python. What we do is within a course itself, we have a cloud-based environment where you can do the hands-on labs. So this is an embedded Jupyter notebook inside the course itself. And there you can type in the code, you can look at the solutions and get hints. For example, if you want to do it yourself, you keep doing it yourself. If you're getting stuck, then you can look at the solutions and carry on. And then, so we try to follow this 5-5-5 thing where each course has about 5 modules. Each module has about 5 videos, and we try to keep those videos under 5 minutes each. And at the end, you take a final exam. After each module, you also have quizzes. So you're tested on what you've learned in that module. And at the end, there is a final exam. And once you've completed the final exam, you get the completion certificate and a badge if it's applicable for that course. So here is an example of a badge. And you can download your certificate once you've completed the course. There are a large number of badges, and these are IBM badges that you can get by taking our courses. You can look through the list on your own. Another environment that we encourage people use is what we call the data science experience. And again, you don't have to pay anything for using data science experience. There is no charge for getting started with data science experience. In fact, if you're using the core functionality, it's free forever. It's only if you want to use some of the very advanced capabilities, or if you've taken the models that you want to deploy them into production, then you start paying. But as a learner or as a developer, there is no charge for data science experience. And data science experience is an environment which is a collection of tools that a data scientist would typically use in their day-to-day work. So that includes things like Jupyter notebooks. That includes RStudio. It also curates a number of tutorials, articles, and things that, as a data scientist, you might want to have access to. And there is also a new addition to the data science family, which is the machine learning aspect of it. So there's new libraries to make it very easy to embed machine learning algorithms within your framework. So one of the things that I mentioned is that we have one of the highest course completion rates in the industry, and part of it is the content itself and how we bring it all together and how we produce the content and work with our partners to create that content. And we also have a very, very high rating for our courses and our content. So those of you who are familiar with NPS, NPS is essentially a measure of how likely are your users to recommend your product or service to others. So currently our NPS is 51, which is really good, and we're transparent about this. You can see the comments and the NPS score live on our website. Anyone can go there and do that. So if someone is saying bad things about us, anyone can see those bad things. Someone's saying good things about us, everyone can see that. So for us, we actually apply the analytics on this to see who is saying what. We apply our own data science, figure out where are the problems in our courses. You know, if we see that there's a course that a large number of people are not going past module 3, video 4, maybe there's a problem there, or there's a lab that's not working. So we do aggregated analysis on our data, apply some data science algorithms on that to see the problem areas in our courses and try and improve them and come up with a better and improved content. So, so for that reason, not only do we employ several data scientists who create the content, we employ them also to help get some insight from the data that we generate, so that we are eating our own dog food, not just preaching about how great data science is. So one of the things that if you are a manager in an organization, or if you're an employer and you want employees in your organization to learn about data science or related technologies, then what we can do is create a private instance or a private deployment of cognitive class for your company and for employees in your company. So that private environment is customized for you. It would have your logo, the content that you want in there. You can customize and curate which of the courses, you have access to all of the courses that we offer on the public side, but you can pick and choose for your employees in your organization who wants to access, which courses do you want to make available to, for example, the data engineering team? Which courses do you want to make available to some other team? So you can pick and choose courses that you want. Not only can you pick and choose courses, you can also customize them. So for example, if you are a bank and you want to have more than just access to a generic data visualization course, you can take our data visualization course and add domain-specific content. For example, in the data visualization course, a bank might want to have its own data set that is relevant to, say, some financial securities or something like that, that their users would be exposed to. So that is one of the areas that is very valuable to employers looking for focused learning and directed learning for their employees. You can create customized learning paths. Similarly, you can take all of the courses and create a new learning path out of those courses specifically for your employees. For example, if you want to have a learning path that incorporates big data 101 and then goes on to data science 101 and then goes on to machine learning 101, you can combine all of those into a single learning path for a particular targeted group within your organization. So a few other advantages that companies see by using these private or dedicated environments is that you can track your employees' progress through the learning. So as they're taking courses, you can see who was enrolled. You can see who's completed the course, what their course grades were. So administrators in the private instance can see that. Here is an example of private deployment. This one is a fictional University of Antarctica. That's where penguins go to learn. And so you can create your own custom URL, which can be on your company's name. So in this case, it's uascs.com. Whatever your company's URL is, it can go there. Or we can host it on our domain if you want. You put your logo there. You customize it. You control who has access to that environment. You know, people with certain domain name, so yourcompany.com, only people with that email ID can register, or you can provide a list of email addresses of people who can register and access your private deployment. You put in basically what content you want people to see in your private deployment, special instructions or information that you want your employees to see. And you create your own customized learning path and can even customize the courses. So that's a very brief overview of this environment, which can be very valuable to employees in your organization. So I think, as I said, I probably won't be covering data science hands-on actually in this session, but my hope was to be able to guide you if you want to learn data science, or if you have friends and colleagues who want to learn data science, we can help with that. We can help you get started with free content, taking courses online at no charge at your own pace. So, you can go to cognitiveclass.ai. That's our website to start, just sign up and start taking courses. And you get access to all of the content as well as the lab environment hosted in the cloud at no charge. If you're an employer who wants to have their employees learn using your own private or dedicated environment, we can set that up for you. Just apply by going to cognitiveclass.ai/business. If you are an education or a training provider, then we can also provide our content to you so that you can take that content and add value on top of it. Although our content, we don't make money out of it by giving it to users, you can use that content to make money as a training provider by adding additional value. For example, using it in an in-classroom environment where you also have access to the hands-on lab environment. So if you're interested, again, feel free to contact us, and we'll help you with an opportunity. And finally, if there are any academics in the room and you're interested, or if you are an expert in a specific area, then we'd be happy to work with you to come up with new courses and new content. So if you are a content creator, do contact us. So that's pretty much it. My email address is here if anyone wants to contact me. Thank you very much. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Where this private and dedicated environment is on the payment basis, or how is that happens?
So that's a very good question, is whether we charge for a dedicated or a private environment. As I said in the beginning, we are a startup within IBM, and a time comes within a startup when their investors start demanding return. So for us, the return is not to bring revenue to the company. That is not our mission. For us, it's just making sure that we are cost neutral. So when we provide dedicated or private environments, we just charge for the hosting costs and maintenance costs. We don't really actually charge for profit.
Okay. Thanks.
Any other questions?
Data camp is one which is giving you a basic course and then you pay for it, like Udacity, Udemy. So as you said, I mean, you're a startup within the company, but I'm sure there must be some other
yes,
thoughts.
So we are not very, all fully benevolent. The reason it's free is that our hope is that even though our content is not product specific, we utilize sometimes for hands-on labs, products or services from IBM. So our hope is that as you are taking those courses, you would be exposed to those IBM products and services. Doesn't mean that you have to use them. It's just they're there, and that is our hope.
And all the faculties from within IBM, or you have?
No. We have a lot of the content from within IBM. There is a lot of talent pool within IBM, but at the same time, we recognize that there are experts in certain domains outside. So for example, for Scala, there is a company called Lightbend. So we partnered with Lightbend, and they've created a series of 5 Scala-based courses using Scala and Spark and machine learning, and they are the provider of the course. So again, if you're a content provider, content creator, you can host a course on our site, and you'd be listed as the owner. The templates would have your logo on it, and that would expose you to a much wider audience than if you were to do it alone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, so if there's no further questions, good luck to everyone. Thank you.